Hi, my Leo friends. This is going to be a weekly forecast for the last week of March 2022. We're going to start it for Wednesday, March 23rd, going until next Wednesday, March 30th. Guys, I've already shuffled and laid out the cards in an effort to just save us the time. And I've kind of switched up our reading a little bit this week and added another deck. We are using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reed, tongue twister, as well as the normal tarot deck to clarify those cards. So I pulled 3 cards from each deck. And what we're going to look at is the past energies coming in from last week, coming into our week that we are bringing into our week this week, the energies that we're dealing with in our current week this week, and then the outgoing energies towards the end of the week and going into the beginning of next week. So again, this is like Wednesday. I do these in the middle of the week because that's just when I have time. So this would be to the outgoing energies towards the middle of next week. Your cards are really interesting, Leo. It looks like some of you have been dealing with a situation, I'll tell you. Okay, so the situation that you have in the past category and relevant to your present is the building blocks card. Now, this card talks about literally building something, right? Like it can be, you see this a lot in a relationship, and like the building blocks of a relationship, you know what I mean? Or the building blocks of a job. You are invested into something. This is talking about an investment, whether it be emotional, financial, physical, however this is that you've been invested. That's kind of what this card represents, the building blocks. You have invested this time. The clarifier for this card that clarifies actually investment as well, you get the 3 of Wands. The 3 of Wands is, I kind of call this my Amazon card because it's a card of like, you've placed the order, right? You've been building some of these building blocks. And now you see this guy, he's standing on the curb waiting for his order to come in. The thing about this card though, is that if you look at this card, the ship is out here that he's waiting for, but he's not at the dock ready to receive it. The ship's not in the dock yet. It's out there. The order's been placed. You've done some of the work that you've been needing to do in order to get you to where you want to go. This is an energy in motion card. This is a waiting to get somewhere. This is I'm building something, literally building something, and I'm on my way to something. I'm waiting for something to come in. Now, what's interesting is how that relates to your present energies, because in the present, you have the loyal heart card. Now, this card usually indicates people around you that are very loyal and very either being loyal to you or you being loyal to them. But with this card, the clarifier that came in is the 9 of Swords. And I gotta tell you guys, I pulled this like twice because the first time it kind of fell out really quick, and I thought, okay, maybe it doesn't match the loyal heart card. Maybe I just, picked up the cards too quick or something, or wasn't holding them right. Maybe I should just reshuffle them, and it fell out again. So it meant it. When the cards mean something, they mean it. So putting these 2 cards together, I think that you're stressing about somebody's or something's loyalty because you've put the building blocks in, you've put the effort in, you've done what you needed to do to go to the next level, and it feels like you're weighing in your head, worrying or stressing about if someone or something is going to be loyal. You're dealing with that situation of, doesn't necessarily mean that they're not loyal. It means that you're worried about it. Because see, in this card, she's on a bed of roses. Like there's literally roses on her comforter here. And everything about her outfit and her surroundings symbolize wealth and abundance and security, right? Like she feels pretty or looks pretty secure, but these swords indicate our mind and our thoughts, and she's all in her thoughts and in her head, worrying about if something or someone is going to remain loyal because you put work into this. Something from your past that you put a lot of work in, you're having some ability, or you're having some challenges this week of not exactly knowing whether or not it's all for naught, is kind of the feeling I'm getting. The card that comes up towards the end of the week and going into next week is the To Be Fair card. Now, this card talks about having to give a little and take a little and balance and things like that. What's interesting is that after you listen to all of the way these cards have come down, right? And it feels like you've invested some time and energy into something, you're doubting somebody or something's loyalty right now. You're talking about, you got the To Be Fair card, the Balance card coming up here. At the end of next week, like trying to do what you need to do to keep the scales balanced here, but you're still working towards something. And the clarifier for this card is the Hanged Man, which totally matches that energy. That's exactly this energy. It's hanging upside down and maybe a precarious position. But look at the key component of this card, you guys, is you see this yellow halo around his head? Well, in tarot, yellow symbolizes happiness. So even though he's in a precarious situation, he's happy about it because he knows that this too shall pass and that there's a reason for him being upside down right now. To be fair, everything has to balance out. This too shall pass, maybe. Sometimes things have to develop a certain way so that God can reposition us to receive what we've asked for. In your case, it just feels like whatever this is that you have been trying to build, Leo, it feels like for whatever reason, I don't know why, what is going on in your personal life, but you're questioning whether or not the other side, whether that's a relationship or work or whatever that is being as fair with you as you are being with them. And the two overarching energies with this, I'm going to start with this one this time, is first of all, at the bottom of this deck, you have the analyzation of, do I really want to keep going in this route or do I want to change directions? This is just the analyzing that. You see, he's standing here and he's looking at this crop of all of these pinnacles that he's already cultivated, right? And he's like, do I keep going in this way? Do I go change things up? Do I do it a little differently? It's the thought process. And you can really see that you're having those thought processes here this whole time, like the questioning, did I waste my time? Is somebody really going to be loyal to me? Is this really going to work? But this is reminding you to go with the flow. Remember what you're vibrationally creating. Remember that the universe has your back. I know that you're all stuck up in your head about whether or not something's going to be loyal or not, but I really think it is. This card shows up and loyalty just comes with it. This card represents being stuck in your head and having an idea of something even though it may not be real. It's like the boogeyman card. A child might see a boogeyman in the shadows in the dark, but when you flick the light on and you see the clarity of it all, you see it for what it really is. Don't let this boogeyman spook you from understanding that the universe has your back. Go with the flow. Understand that you might have to give a little to get a little. It's like, this is also the compromise card. It's like, if this is a relationship, it could be that you've had all the building blocks, in the past to produce this solid relationship, and something's going on that's making you question somebody's loyalty. But I don't think it's a matter of loyalty. I think it's a matter of balance and balancing something out. Go with the flow. The universe and God knows what he's doing. And breathe. Talk to the big guy. It's going to be an interesting week, you guys, but the good news is that it seems mostly vibrationally up here is the only challenge. There doesn't seem to be a lot of physical challenge other than having to wait for whatever it is that you're building. This is also a waiting card, right? That waiting energy is carried into your present. But the more you learn to go with the flow, the easier it's going to be. I hope that this helped you guys. And if it did, please let me know in the comments section below. And please share this reading. Help me out because they censor the heck out of me. If you would like more information on how to get your own private, either tarot card reading or mediumship reading, you can go to my website, THMedium.ca, and find more information there. Have a great week, my friends. Talk to you next week.